See today's voice changes. Here are some questions, and here the active voices will be changed into passive voices. See the first question. Answer any one of the following questions. Actually, this is instructed to an individual. This is instructed to a student, and it is an imperative sentence. Someone is being asked to answer the question. That is why, in this way, it has been written answer any one of the following questions. So, in this type of active voice, we have to add this phrase like this. You are instructed to, because this is an instruction. This sentence is an instruction. That is why you have written here you are instructed to. Actually, this phrase will depend on the nature of the sentence. If there is a word please in the active sentence, then we have to use you are requested to. And here instruction is given. That is why you have to add this phrase you are instructed to. Now see the answer. This is the passive voice. You are instructed to answer any one of the following questions. Actually, after writing this phrase, you are instructed to, we have to add the remaining part of the sentence. That is why it is written, you are instructed to answer any one of the following questions. This part is the same this. After writing it to TO2, we have to add the remaining part in the passive sentence. This is the second question. The cook is preparing a special dish for the guests. This is an assertive sentence, normal sentence, and here you can follow this structure. I request you to note down this structure for the passive voice of any assertive sentence, any type of normal or assertive sentence. First, we have to write the object, okay? Then an auxiliary verb or a be verb will be added. Then a being, because this sentence is in continuous tense. I told previously that if a sentence is in past continuous tense or present continuous tense, then a being, this being word will be used. Then the past participle form of the main verb. Here the main verb is preparing, means prepare. Then we have to add a by, and last the subject, or if the subject is a pronoun, then the objective form of the pronoun will be used. For example, if the subject is I, then the objective form of that I will be me. If the subjective form, if the subject is they, then the objective form of they is them, like this. And if it is a name or any other noun, then no change will be done. Directly the subject will be placed here. So here the subject is cook, so the same word will be positioned here. And lastly, the other parts of the sentence. This means if there is any other parts, any other adjective or any other adverb in the sentence, then they will be positioned lastly. Now see the answer. We have positioned here the object first. A special dish. Here the object is special dish because this is the passive sentence. According to rule, because the cook is preparing the special dish, so a special dish, this is the object here. So we have positioned here a special dish first, the object, according to this rule. Then an auxiliary verb or a be verb will be added. Here is, because the cook is preparing, this is the auxiliary verb, so we have positioned here is. Then a being is to be added here because this is a present continuous tense, so a being is added here, being. Then the past participle form of the main verb. Here prepare is the past participle, prepare is the main verb, and that is why prepared, this is the past participle form of the main verb. Then for the guest, actually this part of the sentence, for the guest, this is the other parts of the sentence, okay? And we have positioned here the other part for the guest. Then we have written by the cook. According to this rule, we have to write a by and then the cook. Here the cook is the subject, it has no objective form, this is a noun. That is why the cook has been positioned here in the last position of the sentence. So, as per this rule, this passive voice has been done. This is the third question. Who called you here? এটার বাংলা অর্থ হচ্ছে কে তোমাকে এখানে ডেকেছিল। If there is who, WH word in the active voice, then we have to write by whom. Please note this, by whom in the beginning of the sentence. And then the auxiliary verb, then the object, then the past participle form of the verb, then the other parts of the sentence. Now, see the passive voice. See, this is the passive voice. By whom? Because here is who, so we have written by whom. Then the auxiliary verb where. We have used here where because after this is the object you. You is the object here. Who called you? So you is the object here, and according to this rule we have written here the object by whom, where you, then the past participle form of the verb. Here call is the present form of the verb, main verb, and we have written here the called, the past participle form of the verb. Then here it is an adverb and here is positioned here, and this is the other parts of the sentence. The passive voice is by whom were you called here. Question number 4. The committee will announce the result next week. This is in the simple future tense. And note this, if there is any will, can, could or shall in the active voice, then we have to use a be verb in the passive voice. Now see the answer. This is the answer here. This is the passive voice. The result here, actually the committee, this is the subject. Will, this is an auxiliary verb. Announce, this is the main verb. The result, this is the object here. And next week, this is the other part of the sentence. So according to rule, we have to write first the object. So the result is the object here. We have written here the result in the passive voice. Then the auxiliary verb will be written. Then here will, this is the auxiliary verb. Then a be verb is added. Then we have written here a be. Then the past participle form of the main verb. Here the main verb is announced, then, and we have used here announced. Then a by is used and we have written here by. Then the committee, this is the subject here, the committee, this is a noun, so this has been positioned here, the committee. And then lastly the other parts, this is the other parts, next week, and we have written here the next week in the last position of the sentence. So the passive voice is the result will be announced by the committee next week. This is the fifth question. The team leader has assigned the tasks to his juniors. বাংলা এটার অর্থ হলো টিম লিডার, মানে দলের যে লিডার আছেন তিনি লিডার, হ্যাজ অ্যাসাইন্ড মানে সমস্ত কাজকে, এই কাজগুলোকে, টাস্ক মানে কাজ, সমস্ত কাজগুলোকে ভাগ করে দিয়েছেন টু হিজ জুনিয়র্স, তার যে জুনিয়ররা আছে, তার যে ছোটরা আছে তাদের মধ্যে। অর্থাৎ লিডারটা সমস্ত কাজই তার ছোটদের মধ্যে ভাগ করে দিয়েছেন। Now see, we will make the passive voice of the sentence in the same way. Actually, this sentence is in the present perfect tense. That is why has been used here. The team leader, this is the subject. Has is the auxiliary verb. Assigned, this is the main verb. The tasks, this phrase is the object here. To his juniors, this is the other parts of the sentence. Now see the passive voice. This is the passive voice. The tasks, this is the object, and so we have written the task, the object in the beginning of the sentence. Have been. See here has, and in this passive voice we have used have because this have is related to the subject tasks. Actually, this is the plural subject. That is why you have used here has. We cannot use here has. This was, the team leader was the singular subject, and that is why has was used here. But this is plural, the tasks, the object. So we have used here have. Then been, because in the present perfect tense, in any perfect tense, we have to use the word been. So we have used here been. Then assigned, this is the past participle form of the verb assign. This is the main verb here. Then to his junior. These other parts we have used here, the other parts of the sentence, and you can also write this other parts of the sentence in the last position of the sentence. We have used here, and then a by, then the subject team leader. This is the subject, the team leader. You can write the sentence in this way also, the passive sentence in this way also. The tasks have been assigned by the team leader to his juniors. In this sentence, by the team leader, we have written here after the past participle form of the verb, we have written here by the team leader, the subject, then to his juniors. This part, to his juniors, we have written here in the last position of the sentence. Both are correct, and you can use any one of these two sentences. So students, I think the examples on the voice change have been helpful to you, and this will help in your examination. I request you to practice this type of sets regularly, and this will definitely improve your skill in your grammar. If this video is helpful to you, please give a like for this video and share this video. Thank you for watching this video, and we are coming with the next video